Hello and welcome to Ivalo. Today we are going to fly the Black Square Turbine Duke from Ivalo, where we have last landed, and we are flying towards Tromsø, which should be our next step around, well, so far Northern Europe. We are going to fly in live weather using BeyondATC and premium voices with its traffic injection. And with all that said, let's hop into the plane and start preparing. First things first, let's close the door. And let's check our fuel. We need 1031 by SimBrief. Let's even you out. That would be too few, so let's go with 1080 pounds of fuel. And let's remove all of you. For now, let's hide the yokes so we can see better what we are doing. So control locks are removed, seat and seat belts are secured, cabin door is closed and latched, nose package door is closed and latched, parking brake is set, landing gear lever is down. Electrical switches are all off, avionics all off, oxygen pressure between 1550 and 1850. Circuit breakers are all in. Bleeder off. Yeah, all of you off. Where was I? Cabin pressure shut off. Open. Alternate static air. Normal. CO detector. I shouldn't have zoomed out. Yep, control lights are lighting up. Environmental mode is off. Yep. Flaps are up. Power levers idle. Propellers high RPM and condition levers cut off. Trims are centered. And fuel selectors are on. Let's go for beacon light and battery master. Fuel quantity was checked. Okay, battery 1 we have 24.8. Battery 2 same. Let's go select both, and let's also use external power. And we are not yet starting the engine, so we are going to leave the checklist for a bit, because we are going to turn on avionics now that we have the power to maintain it, and we are going to enter our flight plan. And yes, I know there is no destination yet. So our destination as Tromsø is Echo November Tango Charlie. November Tango Charlie. And Uvmok Agani. And we are departing by the Lusak to Charlie from runway 4. Load. We are arriving by Kika 3 Lima. To runway 36. And we are expecting ILS Zulu from Umsheg. 36 Zulu, transition Umsheg, load. Okay, now let's check what we have done on the map. So, taking off runway 4, turn left to Obogu, Rukam, Lushag, Uvmog, Agani, Kika, towards Umsheg, and then on to runway 36. For now it seems alright. We have a bit of weather here. Okay, now that the flight plan is entered, let's actually call for delivery. So let's not forget to set 1215 on the secondary, and it's 1180 for the tower. Oh, that's the nav. Sorry. So 1180 for the tower and 1232 for 80s.
$1,800 broken. 3900 overcast. Temperature 04A. Dew point 01. QNH 1003. Landing and departing runway 04A. Transition level 060. Advise on initial contact, you have information uniform. Ivalo Airport information uniform. 0642 Zulu. Wind 355 at 8. Visibility 10 miles or more. Rain. Ceiling 1800 broken. 3900 overcast. Temperature 04A. Dew point 01. QNH 1003. Landing and departing runway 04A. Transition level 060. Advise on initial contact, you have information uniform.
Alright. Ivalo Tower, good morning. Duke Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November information uniform on board, request IFR to Tromsø.
Ivalo Tower Hotel, Alpha Tango, Mike November. Good morning. This information is uniform.
Yes, I have said that. Ivalo Tower, Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, information uniform on board, request IFR to Tromsø.
Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, Ivalo Tower. Thanks for uniform. Expect runway 04, Lusac 2. Charlie departure. Initial climb to 6,000 feet. Squawk 6106.
Lusac 2, Charlie departure. Squawk 6106. Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November.
Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November. Read back correct. Call me back when ready for start or taxi.
Roger that, Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November.
Okay, so 6106 is set for the squawk code, initial 6000 is set, Lusac 2 Charlie is what we were planning, and runway 04 is what we were planning. So far so good. And let's try to quickly orient ourselves. A bit of pushback wouldn't hurt, so Ivalo Tower, Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, request push and start.
Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, Ivalo Tower, pushback approved. Face northwest.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face northwest, Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November.
Okay, let's remove the external power, and would you please work? Okay, northwest is actually we're okay, so about 90 degrees to the left. We release parking brake. Okay, this is as far as we are going to go. So parking brake and stop pushback. Well, that's kind of northwest. Okay, let's quickly do the engine start while we have the juice for it. Left ignition. No, that's the generator. Ignition. Yep, it's working. Right ignition. Okay, it's working. So starting right engine.
All aircraft be advised information Victor now current. QNH 1003.
We are waiting for 16-17% and dot fuel. And starter off, generator on. You anymore. Okay, let's go for the left engine. So wing pump on, starter on. Starter off, generator on. I think we might just hurt the engine a bit. Okay, now we can go with the ignition off. Let's move it to auto even. So if anything happens during takeoff, it will be working. Okay, now that we have both engines started, those watts are above 28 watts. And both generators are on. Let's go inverter main. Also, let's heat up a bit because 3 degrees is rather chilly. So, nav lights. Let's go. Beacon nav lights. Wing light won't be needed. We'll soon go for taxi. Weather radar standby. I didn't know why it was even on. Inverter fail is extinguished. Okay. We are almost ready to taxi. We will need to do the engine run-ups. However, I don't want to hold the holding point for that long, so let's quickly check what we can check here. So, flaps, takeoff, flaps, landing, back to takeoff. Pilot off. Let's also check it with the yoke button. Let's quickly check heatings. And amps should be gradually rising with every piece of heating turned on. Let's switch you off. The pitot heat should stay on. Left prop heat on and prop heat ground test. 17 amperes. Now let's test the right one. 18 amperes. Fine. 22 degrees, a lot better. Fire detector checked. We can also check the cabin altitude. So let's set and is indeed going down. Now let's move it to 28,000. That's where we are going to cruise. I forgot about the boots. So manual. One cycle. And the instrument air is in the green and no failure lights are on. Let's check if the trim, it does work. What kind of master warning do we have? Okay, engine oil was quite hot, but now it's going back to normal. I should have opened the oil doors sooner. Okay, 04 is actually 32, so let's set heading to... Oh, come on! So that's about 30 and 32. Ivalo Tower, Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, request taxi to the runway.
Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, runway 04 taxi via Charlie. Bravo Tango, Echo.
Runway 04 taxi via Charlie, Bravo Tango, Echo, Hotel, Alpha Tango, Mike November.
Okay, that's rather strange, but we are going to follow it. Lights on. Clear right. Clear left. Seems that for some reason BeyondATC thinks that there is no link between the apron we were on and the apron for the big guys. So we were told to go to the runway and then come back. And I have to say, I checked photos of Ivalo Airport and it's done quite good. It really is like this one. And of course we now have checked both brakes and nose wheel steering. Landing lights on. Interesting, according to BeyondATC, we should be backtracking runway 04. I'm not sure this is how it would go in real life. I think we would be sent to the holding point and then told to backtrack runway 04. Let's try not to hog the runway too long. A bit of rudder to hold the direction. Okay, and just for a quick second, let's move Okay. Ivalo Tower, Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, ready at runway 04.
Ivalo Tower, Hotel Alpha Tango, Mike November. Unable to provide information about restaurants.
Who was asking for? Oh, come on.
Hotel Alpha Tango, Mike November, holding short, runway 04.
Hotel Alpha Tango, Mike November, backtrack, runway 04. Call when ready for departure.
It's already on the map.
Backtrack runway 04, call when ready. Hotel Alpha Tango, Mike November.
Ivalo Tower, Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, ready for departure.
Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, Ivalo Tower, wind 005 at 7, runway 04. Cleared for takeoff.
Runway 04, cleared for takeoff. Hotel Alpha Tango, Mike November.
Oh, we need quite a lot of rudder. Let's get you up in the air. Like a jet.
Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, contact Helsinki Control 123.85.
Center on 123.85, Hotel Alpha Tango, Mike November.
Helsinki Control, good morning. Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, 3,800 feet.
Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, Helsinki Control. Radar contact, climb to flight level 280.
Climb to flight level 280, Hotel Alpha Tango, Mike November.
Okay, we seem to be needing. You and also, oh come on, let's try to get back on the track as well. Autopilot on and nav mode on. Okay, cabin altitude is rising. Flaps are up, gears are in. I think we should keep our anti-ice measures on for now. Really impressive clouds. Okay, now let's set our throttles to a performance befitting the Duke. RPM to 2150. And now we have a nice 2000 feet a minute climb. If the pressurization cannot keep with that, then we will of course give it a bit of breath, but so far let's climb as quickly as possible to get out of the icing conditions. Doors are closed, but I assume the engine oil temperature is just fine. 20 feet decrease is okay. I think we should keep the ice doors a bit in the open position, and just to be sure, let's make a one cycle on the wings. Have a true airspeed of 200. That's that. I went out. Climbing, we can add a bit more throttle to have the same torque. We're not here to go slow, we are here to go fast. I think we might just wait to pass the level of these upper layer clouds, and then we will close the ice veins. I guess we can turn off the windshield heat. propeller heat as well. Okay, checklist time. Radar is not on, and it should be. Landing and taxi line can go off. We can even go beacon off. Gears up, lamps is up, autopilot on. Cabin altitude is still rising, almost 10,000 feet. I think we can go eyes deflectors off. Set Tromsø VOR station here, and when we get signal we will know how far we are from the airport. Of course, for now we are out of range. Okay, 11,000 feet. Okay, it's set correctly for flight level 280. And speaking of flight levels, we should be 1013. And once we reach flight level 280, that will be our cruising altitude, so no more climb from there. Almost there. And it's time to gain speed. Our cabin pressure is quite high. Let me just allow for a little bit more climb. Worried about the NG, so let's we don't need the ignition to be on. Generators are on, heat pumps are on. Okay, cabin altitude stopped climbing and differential is also in the green. No fuel imbalance as well. Hey, it's time to enjoy the ride.
Juliet, contact Helsinki Control 121.3.
Contact Helsinki Control 121.3, Finnair 1 for Juliet.
Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, contact Polaris Control 118.55. Have a good morning.
Center on 118.55, Hotel Alpha Tango, Mike November.
Polaris Control, hello. Duke Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, flight level 280.
Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, Polaris Control identified. Wider 052 November, Polaris Control, expect Comig 1 November, runway 04E.
Expect Comig 1 November, runway 04, wider 052 November.
Wider 052 November, turn right, heading 270, climb to flight level 250.
Turn right, heading 270, climb to flight level 250, wider 052 November.
Wider 055 Charlie, contact Tromsø, approach 123.75.
Contact Tromsø, approach 123.75, wider 055 Charlie.
Alpha Tango, Mike November, Polaris Control, expect Kaika 3 Lima, runway 36.
Expecting Kika 3 Lima to runway 36, Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November. Okay, that's what we were planning. However, I think we are not close enough yet to start descending, so we will keep on doing what we are doing. However, what we can do is check our flight plan. Altitudes and speeds are in it, we will just, oh come on, check what we can. Oh, there are altitude restrictions. Kika 3 Lima, Kika over 8000, Lakag over 8000. Tango Charlie 720 over 7000 and Umshek over 6000. Max 220, Umshek max 220. We could set an over 5000 for Umshek, but since Woman has it as well, it makes not much difference. However, attitude is the final approach fix, so it should be an at. Okay, runway is at 27 and let's go for a 360 because this is radar altitude. We cannot set minimums to barrel, so we are setting them to radar altitude. Okay. We are 74 miles away directly from the airport, however, of course, we will fly a route, and also ILS will be 110.9.
Hotel Alpha Tango, Mike November, Kika 3 Lima, runway 36. Report ready for descent.
Kika 3 Lima to runway 36, Hotel Alpha Tango, Mike November.
Hotel Alpha Tango, Mike November, Kika 3 Lima, runway 36. Verify ready for descent.
Okay, well, we can start. We are ready for descent now. Hotel Alpha Tango, Mike November.
Hotel Alpha Tango, Mike November, Kika 3 Lima, runway 36. Verify ready for descent.
Kika 3 Lima, runway 36, call when ready, Hotel Alpha Tango, Mike November.
Hotel Alpha Tango, Mike November, descend to flight level 200.
Descend to flight level 200, Hotel Alpha Tango, Mike November.
Made this error before, I don't want to make it again, so for now I'm only going to set for flight level 200. descent checklist. Cabin altitude goal is set currently to flight level 200. I don't think we need the ignition yet. All doors can remain closed. Ice deflectors, we will need them, but not just yet. Power levers are reduced, and engine performance is of course monitored. Ice protection will be used as necessary.
Wider 052 November, Comic 1 November, runway 04, report ready for descent.
Comic 1 November, runway 04, ready for descent, Wider 052 November.
Wider 052 November, descend to 4,300 feet, QNH 1008.
Descend to 4,300 feet, Wider 052
Now would be a
November.
good time to listen to 80s and
Wider 052
126.1.
November, contact Hammerfest information approach 121.0.
Contact Hammerfest in
Tree 50 at 1 tree. Visibility 10 miles or more. Light rain, scattered at 2,300. Ceiling 4,500 broken. Temperature 04, dew point 01. QNH 101 tree. VFR conditions. Landing and departing runway tree 6. Transition level 070. 5G notice in effect. Advise on initial contact. You have information Delta. Tromsø Airport information Delta. 0758 Zulu. Wind tree 50 at 1 tree. Visibility 10 miles or more. Light rain, scattered at 2.
Good day, Polaris Control. Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November descending via Tree Lima, flight level 232.
Definitely have a bit of weather, both on the radar and on the next thread. It might get interesting. that we are level, we can have a bit of speed back. I forgot about it, and now we are only a bit above 200 knots, so that's terrible. We reached that waypoint.
Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, descend to flight level 120.
Descend to flight level 120, Hotel Alpha Tango, Mike November. Move to cabin altitude as well.
it's time to open the ice deflectors. We are going to fly into those, and it needs a bit of time to open. Tromsø altimeter was 1013, we will not have to adjust when we are going for altitude instead of flight levels. Now let's not try to forget
Polaris control, Sprinter 296
to adjust
flight level 090 for flight level 120 direct coma.
throttle.
Hotel Alpha Tango, Mike November, descend to flight level 100.
Descend to flight level 100, Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November.
Sprinter 296, Polaris control. Good day, radar contact. Climb to flight level 246.
Climb to flight level 246, Sprinter 296.
And that's basically sea level, so no more adjustments from here. We were overspeeding a bit. Need windshield heat. And better safe than sorry, let's turn on prop heat.
Polaris control, Widero 847. Good day through flight level 071 for flight level 100.
Widero 847, Polaris control, radar contact. Climb to flight level 160.
Climb to flight level 160, Widero 847.
Hotel Alpha Tango, Mike November. Contact Tromsø approach 123.75.
Contact Tromsø approach 123.75, Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November.
Tromsø approach, good morning, Duke Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, information Delta on board flight level 100.
Hotel Alpha Tango, Mike November, Tromsø approach, good day, QNH 1013, expect the ILS Zulu runway 36 with the AMSEC transition.
QNH 1013, expect the ILS Zulu runway 36 with the UMSEG transition, Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November.
That's exactly what we were planning.
Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, descend to 5,000 feet, QNH 1013.
Descend to 5,000 feet, QNH 1013, Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November.
Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, cleared direct UMSEG, cross UMSEG at or above 5,000 feet, cleared ILS Zulu runway 36.
And we are already cleared
direct
for
UMSEG, cross UMSEG at or above 5,000 feet, cleared ILS Zulu runway 36, Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November.
In the meantime, landing lights on. I think we should do a one cycle to be safe. So ignition can go auto. All doors are closed, ice deflectors open, power levers are managed, engine performance as well. Ice protection is in use, seat and seat belts are secured, cabin altitude is set for sea level, and it's already at sea level. There's a bit of difference, of course. Let's go beacon and recog, and also turn off strobe. The heat is of course on, windshield heat is on. We'll need to turn the heatings off when we get there. At this point I think we should go for the ILS frequency. And look at that! Wow, that looks nice. Back RPM to 190. To go.
Scandinavian 44 Zulu, contact Polaris control 118.55, bye-bye.
Contact Polaris control 118.55, Scandinavian 44 Zulu. Have a good day.
Let's try not to slow down too much yet. Lucky for us, missed approach will also be 5,000. Heading will be 003. Let's set heading to 003. but we don't see much because of the clouds. Just to be sure, let's do another one cycle, and then I think we will not need any more before we land. We are 14.5 miles away from the runway. ENTC is the final approach fix, so let's see if we can go approach mode. Now we're in approach mode. Okay, 12 miles, let's slow down so we can drop the gear and use some flaps. Flaps approach. Tromsø approach, Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November established.
Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, roger. Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, contact Tromsø Tower 118.3.
Contact Tower 118.3, Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November.
Tromsø Tower, good morning. The Duke Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November ILS 36.
Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, Tromsø Tower, wind 350 at 13, runway 36 clear to land.
Runway 36 cleared to land, Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November.
Okay, 8.3 miles to go. Cabin differential is well, we still have a bit, but we're getting there. Okay, 1013 is set, both instruments. Let's go air conditioning, or at least heating off, and also windshield heat and prop heat off. We'll leave pitot heat on, of course. Ignition is set auto, wing pumps are on. I will just go a little bit more with flaps approach, and then we'll go for flaps landing. All doors open. Landing gear is down, free, green. let's go flaps landing. Four miles to go. No sign of the runway yet, but we are still 1,300 feet above our minimum.
All aircraft be advised, information echo now current, QNH 1013.
Tromsø Tower, expect runway 36, Amimo 4 Alpha departure, initial climb to 6,000 feet.
And there's the
Squawk
runway.
4622.
Amimo 4 Alpha departure, squawk 4622.
Autopilot off.
Red Nose 1844, read back correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Roger that, Red Nose 1844.
We are...
Tromsø Tower, weather 55 Charlie, ILS Zulu runway 36.
Wider 55 Charlie, Tromsø Tower, continue.
Wilco, Wider 55 Charlie.
Red Nose 1844, ramp 19er, request pushback.
Red Nose 1844, Tromsø Tower, pushback and engine start approved. Face south.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face south, Red Nose 1844.
Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, exit next available taxiway.
Exit next available taxiway, Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November.
Okay, so we don't need you, no need for you, and
Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, request taxi to allocated ramp.
Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November, ramp 56 taxi via Charlie Juliet.
Ramp 56 via Charlie Juliet, Hotel Alpha Tango Mike November.
Wider 55 Charlie, wind 350 at 12, runway 36 cleared to land.
Runway 36 cleared to land, Wider 55 Charlie.
okay, so it wants us to go back to the
Red
runway.
Nose 1844, request taxi.
Red Nose 1844, runway 36 taxi via Yankee Alpha. Hold short runway 36.
Runway 36 taxi via Yankee Alpha. Hold short, runway 36, Red Nose 1844. Red nose 1844, holding short, runway 36.
Red nose 1844, hold short of 36.
Landing lines up.
Affirmative. Hold short of 36 for traffic. Red nose 1844.
And park brake. Okay, let's go for our shutdown checklist.
Wider 55 Charlie, gate 22 taxi via Echo Yankee.
Gate 22 via Echo Yankee, wider 055 Charlie.
Heatings off, cabin difference.
Red nose 1844, backtrack runway 36. Call when ready for departure.
Was that made by the...
Backtrack runway 36.
Okay.
Call when ready. Red nose 1844.
Taxi light off. We can
Red nose
stop you
1844,
now.
cross runway 36 at Alpha. Continue taxi via Alpha.
Cross runway 36 at Alpha. Continue taxi via Alpha. Red nose 1844.
Brake is set, avionics off, electrical switches off and generators off. Power levers are idle. Propellers feather.
Tromsø Tower, wider 71 Alpha, ILS Zulu, runway 36.
Wider 71 Alpha, Tromsø Tower, continue.
Wilco, wider 71 Alpha.
Wider 71 Alpha, gate 21 taxi via Delta Yankee.
Gate 21 via Delta Yankee, wider 71 Alpha.
Red nose 1844, ready for departure. Runway 36.
Okay.
Red nose 1844, number 1 for departure. Hold short of 36.
Ignition.
Roger. Hold short of 36. Red nose 1844.
And battery master. Wheel chocks, please. And... oh, come on.
Red nose 1844, contact Tromsø departure 123.75.
So, welcome to Tromsø. I hope
Contact
you
Tromsø
enjoyed the
departure
flight.
123.75.
I certainly did. It was
Red
good to
nose
be back in
1844.
the Duke. Thank you for joining me on this one, and I do hope to see you on our next flight. Until then, goodbye.